Yeah, I'm back, right? Because I wanted to get that clear, right? So we understand what we're dealing with, right? And see, he had that mission in the north, right? And then you have white people who had a different mission because um, way before he became a member of the KKK, he was a part of the Bund organization, organization of German Nazis or children of German Nazis, who now has um, formed that lineage in America. And also, he was a part of the fascist party, right? Donald Trump's father, and that was when Benito Mussolini went into Italy along with the Eritreans to murder Ethiopians. Okay? I'm doing this because I want y'all to understand what time it is and what's getting ready to take place here, right? And I know what I'm talking about because I know history, and I've been understood majority of things that I know now, right? But it's time to put those things um, in a story to let those who don't know what time it is understand what time it is. Oh yeah, we got Donald Trump's father. He was a mess. He was a mess because he was a thoroughbred German, right? So now let's see what all the fuss is about. What's the problem now? We already know the problem with the Nazis uh, and the beef with the Nazis and those who call themselves Jews, right? We know that up north uh, beef, right? So it is what it is. But before Donald Trump's father returned, right? He once they freed the Jews, he began donating big money to Jewish organizations. He had formed an alliance with the Jews before he died. See, if we can go back to the book I already told you, if you haven't read, you need to get to it. The secret relations between the Jews and the blacks, right? So, what's the beef? What's the beef, right? The beef right here, right? You already know the Nazi and German, the Nazi and Jewish beef, right? Now we want to know why the white descendants of the Civil War got a problem right now, right? Um, with Jews as well, right? Because Jews funded slavery, and when they funded slavery, white people are right. A lot of their ancestors were poor, okay? A lot of their ancestors didn't know shit, but there were particular white people who um, rented these stores, right, that the slaves went to, right, and got all of their things purchased, and all of that was being recorded by the whites in the South during the time of slavery, right? But then manufacturing came, right? Manufacturing came. And when manufacturing came, the Jews invested in the machines versus uh, the people. So the game changed, right? So once that happened, the whites of the South were angry because they themselves were poor, right? Because there were no more use for them being overseers of slaves or being their accountants for these stores because now they had these machines that could replace them, right? Absolutely. So now we got these machines that could replace them. So the whites in the South got mad, right? See, a lot of people think this shit is all about them being, oh, they needed to free these poor little niggers, right? Which was true. We got our freedom from it, right? But we didn't get our freedom because white people um, wanted to free us and felt sorry for us. No, they wanted, they had that war because it was a new age and it was a new era, and the machines could do 10 times the amount of work that a human could do, right? So slavery did not end because white people were uh, feeling sorry for us. It ended because there was a new era and there were machines being built, but they still needed people to run the machines, right? So that's what happened there. So when that happened, white people got angry because once that happened, the Jews stopped fucking with them. They didn't need them anymore, right? So they couldn't go to the bank and get loans and still run these stores and live, the lifestyle that they lived. So they went to war. It was a civil war, right? And when these white people tell you that that is their heritage, right? A lot of them do believe that was their heritage, right? Because not their grandfather really wasn't fucking fighting for no, because they did want to keep slaves, right? But they were really angry and upset because they were dirt poor. They didn't have any more motherfucking money. The Jews had shut down, right? Business. The Jews shut down their fucking business, right? So after after slavery, right? Um, a lot of white people in the South suffered no different than blacks, right? A lot of them, they were still killing us because they were angry because they felt as though if slavery would have continued, then they would have still been living the lifestyle they were living. That's why they were killing people at that moment in time, right? So I don't want you to get that twisted and confused, right? That's what happened there. But then you had others who joined together, right, and became the phoenix birds that rose out of the ashes and then fixed the South back up. Some, dealt with black people, and then some hated us. Right? So now, part of stuff that we have that if this goes off at 10 minutes, then I'll bring it back up, right? So now, when you saw them marching in Charlottesville and said, Jews will not replace us, right? Because they understand during slavery, they replaced them, right? See, a lot of white people and the white extremists, right? They know about the elite. They know who is the pocketbook of the world, right? Because, see, they did get another position once all of this smoke cleared, and then they restructured America, right? Then they start giving them the supervisors, CEOs, and vice presidents of these corporations, right? So they put them in another rank, you know, no different than they did in the era of slavery, right? But now they see a new world is coming. When they say um, what is it? Global, the New World Global Order. They know it's getting ready to be another restructure, whether anybody like it or not, it's going to be a new restructure. And right now, as we speak, right, the Jews is putting money behind getting rid of Nazis, right? Donald Trump's, right? And they know and understand as black people, we got to beef with white people too, especially Donald Trump's kind and the ones of the South. We got to beef too, right? They know that. So money is going to be plentiful. This shit right here, as we speak, is being restructured, right? And see, the Jews already know they owe us a debt, right? See, because white people out there with that goddamn Confederate flag, telling me this is their country, I really don't have no motherfucking beef with, right? Because they didn't fund slavery, right? I'm coming. I want my shit from the banks, the real estate, and all of those things, right? That owe me money, right? There will be atonement for it. There will be atonement for slavery in this country, okay? There will be for black Americans. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm telling you for an actual fact. If you have a bloodline, right, that goes back, because first and foremost, I'm going to let y'all know, Donald Trump himself is a motherfucking immigrant. His father did not arrive to this country until 1936, 1942, right? And then Donald Trump, then we can go, yeah, they became citizens in 1942, right? We had Donald Trump's dad, right? And then here comes Trump. So that's the bloodline there. And I also find it real ironic that Donald Trump's father died of the Spanish flu in the first wave. His father died, right? 1917, 1918, pardon himself, is when his grandfather, to be honest, no, no, his father died 1918, 1917, 1918, the first wave of the split Spanish flu, right? Because we know Donald Trump's age, right? So we can know about that, right? So it's just a coincidence that he's the president in the new pandemic, right? During during this coronavirus, he's a pandemic, and his father, if not the father, grandfather died, but it was the father. It was the father that died around with the Spanish flu, and that's how they got their inheritance. Right? This is what this is all about, right? And it's been about everybody else on this ground, with all of these things. But there's a lot of us that already know this is about business. Yeah, it's about race, but it's always been about business. Slavery was a fucking business. They formed the United States Corporation as a business. Everything is a business. But I'm just telling you what's going on here, right? So the beef, like I said, is because they felt or they knew that they had betrayed. They felt like they betrayed them because they stopped slavery and started this manufacturing and changed the structure. So, like I said, when you see them out there with their flags and they may not have this knowledge, right? Right? You could ask them. They would know. Their grandfather's generation before them worked for the Jews who betrayed them during slavery, right? And created um, these manufacturing jobs or the new order, old order now that we've seen in our time. this war getting ready to go on down here in Florida, right, with Donald Trump. It's going to be a race war. It's going to be a race war down up in that neck of the woods. It's going to be very dangerous when Donald Trump goes to Florida, Arizona, and wherever else. Uh, he's going to take his foolishness, him and the Bund, not neo-Nazi German organization, right? Because there's a lot of people in the South, right, who feels as though the Civil War uh, needs to finish, like it wasn't complete. That's on both sides, right? So I wanted to get that out to you guys. I am going to come back. I got some other things to build about, but I wanted to let people know what's going on here, right, and the reason why these things are going on. And I'm telling you, Donald Trump, like I said, if you want to know the actual mindset of a neo-Nazi, right, just pay attention. And he's a natural with it. He doesn't know that he's being, I mean, he does know. People say he doesn't have a conscience or empathy. Understand Donald Trump's age bracket and understand how long he's been around the elite corporate races of the world, right? So when you look at him, you got to look at Heinz, that was his cousin. You got to look at Hollywood. You know what I mean? You got to look at things because then they started making, forming alliances with one another, doing crazy things. Right? There is some scores, like I said, that needs to be settled. Right? And then it's at a time when we have a pandemic. Very interesting, especially to know Donald Trump's family member had returned during that time. Right? Very interesting. And I'm just giving out the warning, right? And brothers and sisters, be safe in your travels, okay? Because the devil is real busy. Understand they're trying to tear down policing and all this shit, right? So I'm gonna stop